Now, from the previous lectures, we know once we connect to a network, it's game over, because once connected, we can run an ARP spoofing attack to redirect the flow of packets so that they go through our computer. This allows us to become the man in the middle, and once we're the man in the middle, we can run so many dangerous and effective attacks. So we can spy on all the users, steal their passwords, redirect them to different websites, and this is all just a small taste of what you can do. You'll actually see us build on this in the client-side attacks section, where we're going to completely hack into computers connected to the same network as us. And if you go and do my advanced network hacking course, then you'll see more advanced attacks that'll allow us to do so many cool stuff on the network. And again, all of this is possible because once we connect, we can run ARP spoofing and become the man in the middle. Now in this section, I actually want to show you another method that'll allow us to become the man in the middle. And once we're the man in the middle, we'll be able to run all of the attacks that you've seen so far and all of the other man in the middle attacks that you'll learn in the future. So let's go back to the first diagram that we learned in this course. When we were talking about how networks work in general, we said the only device that has access to the internet is the access point, and whenever a client wants to access something, they send the request to the access point goes to the internet, gets the response, and send it back to the client. Now, what if we replace this access point with our hacker computer? So what if we can use our machine to create a Wi-Fi network that actually has internet access, so people will actually try to come in and connect to our network to access the internet, and then when they connect to our network, by default, we will be the man in the middle because we are the router. So we won't really need to exploit anything. We are automatically the man in the middle, and the clients will automatically send us any requests because they want to access the internet, and we will see these requests, obviously, go to the internet, get them what they want, and give it back to them. This way, we'll be able to launch all of the attacks that I showed you previously without the need to exploit the ARP protocol, so without the need to run ARP spoofing. All we'll have to do once our network is running and we have clients connected, we can just start sniffing using Wireshark or using man-in-the-middle F. So, for this to work, you need a computer, and we already have our hacker computer with Kali Linux. You also need internet access, and you need a wireless device that's going to broadcast the Wi-Fi signal and tell all the neighboring devices that I am a network, you can come in and connect to me. So, you will need, first of all, an interface that has internet connection. This interface, it can be a Wi-Fi interface connected to the internet, it could be an Ethernet interface connected to an Ethernet network, it could be a 3G or a 4G dongle, and it even can be a virtual interface, and this is what I'm actually going to do. It's going to be my ETH0, the virtual interface that is connected to my NAT network. So this can be any network device as long as it has internet access. The next interface that you will need, like I said, it's gonna have to be a Wi-Fi interface because it needs to be able to broadcast the signal for the network. And you can't use any Wi-Fi interface. This interface needs to be able to act as an access point. So it needs to be capable of acting like a proper access point, like a router. Now, all of the Wi-Fi adapters that I recommend support this mode, and I've already included a video in the resources before when I first spoke about wireless adapters, but I'm also going to include this video in the resources of this lecture. So if you're going to buy one, or if you're not sure how to pick the right one, then check out this video. It should be helpful for you. So, once we have this set up properly, we can use our computer to start an access point, and it's going to act exactly like a router. So people will be able to see the network when they look for Wi-Fi networks. They'll be able to connect to it and get internet connection. But when they connect, they will have to send us all of their requests because we are the router, we are the access point. So by default, we will be the man in the middle. Therefore, you'll be able to execute all man-in-the-middle attacks that you learned so far and any other man-in-the-middle attacks that you will learn in the future. So basically, ARP spoofing is one method of becoming the man in the middle, and what I'm going to show you right now is another method of becoming the man in the middle. Now, you can see that in order to use our computer as an access point, we need a number of components to be configured properly. So first of all, we need our wireless interface to broadcast the signal as if it's a real network. This will allow other clients to connect to it, but that's not the end of the road. The wireless interface needs to know when these clients are requesting websites. It needs to be able to forward these requests to the other interface that is connected to the internet. Then again, it will need to be able to know when the responses come back and forward all of this to the right client. Now you can configure all of these things manually, and I actually cover this in my advanced network hacking course, and I cover a lot of advanced things that you can do with the fake access point, like launching an evil twin attack, hacking into WPA2 enterprise, and so on. But this would take at least 30 lectures, and this is not a network hacking course. This is a general ethical hacking course. Therefore, that would be out of the scope of this lecture. If you're interested in learning how to do this manually and how to run advanced attacks using the fake access point, then check out my advanced network hacking course in the bonus lecture, the last lecture of this course. For now, for this course, I'm going to show you a great way of quickly creating a fake access point that will allow us to become the man in the middle, similar to what's shown in this diagram. The tool that we're going to use is called Mana Toolkit, and it's basically a set of tools that allow us to automatically create a fake access point, automatically sniff data, bypass HTTPS, and so on. So the tool comes with three main start scripts. So the first one, start now upstream, will allow us to start a fake access point with no internet access. So this is not really useful for us, and I will not use this in this lecture. The next one is start not simple. This will start a fake access point with internet access. The third one, start not full, will start a fake access point with internet access, and it will automatically start sniffing data and bypass HTTPS. Now I actually always use start not simple. I never use start not full because this fails a lot of the times, and we already learned how to start sniffing and bypass HTTPS using man in the middle F. So you can always start not simple. This will start a fake access point for you with internet access, and then you can open another terminal window, use man in the middle F exactly as I showed you before, and you'll be able to sniff data and bypass HTTPS. You can also use Wireshark if you want to sniff the data and analyze them, again exactly as shown before. Now, in the next lecture, I'm going to show you how to use Mana Toolkit to create a fake access point with internet connection.